Yo, what's going on, my people? It's your boy Chris and I'm back. This video is going to be a little bit different from the past ones, albeit it's kind of similar, but I decided to take this week to really focus my efforts on getting better at heads. The reason being is because not that I felt like my heads were trash or bad or anything like that, but I really wanted to take the time to really just hyper focus on getting some EXP in something I haven't practiced in a long time, and heads is one of those things. I don't think I've taken a serious look at heads since either the beginning of this year or last year. I forget. I'm being honest. I do not remember. Either way, though, I wanted to take this week to really understand how particular artists approach drawing their heads and why they look so good and why mine doesn't look like theirs. That's like one of the things, and not in a comparison way, but like in a how are they doing that kind of a way. So I wanted to take the time to really just kind of study. So I approached this week, every session of this week, in a 3-step kind of a process, right? So every time before I would even start drawing, I would always warm up. And the way I would warm up is I would draw circles on the canvas until I filled up the whole canvas with circles. And this would be, I would do this twice over for however long it takes. So I would draw circles clockwise in a row, and I would just fill up the whole canvas until I filled up the whole canvas with a bunch of circles. And then I would do a new canvas and I would do the same thing, but I would fill up with counterclockwise circles. And the reason behind doing the circle exercise is to primarily loosen up my hand to drawing those shapes, because when you're drawing heads, you're going to be drawing a lot of circular shapes and a lot of organic shapes, and just being able to be more loose out the gate when you're practicing, it just really is going to be beneficial. Speaking from experience, I'm glad I did that. It does help. It does help. No matter how small, it does help. And yeah, also being loose is also good too. And I didn't want to like do a random warm-up activity just because, you know, I wanted it to be attributed. I wanted it to be something that I could apply directly into the exercises I was about to do. Anyways, I would do that, and then the next thing I would do is I would study the artists that I wanted to emulate, right? So I had 2 artists that I was really trying to lock down their styles, at least part of their styles for my use case, right? So for the first artist, it was Mikey Mega Mega, and I was taking a lot of inspiration from his video on how to draw heads, the proportion of heads, all of that jazz. It came out like 6 years ago, man. I'm sure everyone knows who Mikey Mega Mega is. He's been on the platform for God knows how long now. One of the GOATs, obviously, but I wanted to figure out how he was constructing his head. So I took his approach, and then what I did is I combined it with another artist that I've been looking at recently, albeit I kind of came back to his art, but this artist I've been following since high school, but only recently came back, named Rake, and I really enjoy his facial features on his ladies, man. I really enjoy how he draws the eyes, how he draws the makeup, how he draws the lips, how he draws all of those facial features that kind of comprise the face. It really was interesting, and I personally speaking, he's probably one of the most expressive artists when it comes to how he draws his lady characters, man. I think at least the most expressive in terms of like probably sex appeal. That's probably
you're not
his main
wrong.
bag is, right? But I really enjoyed looking at him, and I just wanted to like kind of figure out how he was doing that and figure out what I could do to my own art to kind of emulate that style at least a little bit. So the second step I would do is I would study these 2 artists, and I would have my reference pictures to the side as well, but I would be mainly trying to match up how their shape language is contributing to their faces and their features on the faces, right? So for Rake, I think one of the biggest features that I see, or the features that stand out the most in his artwork, outside of like obviously the insane coloring and like, you know, the makeup on the ladies' faces, is the lips. I think the lips, the way he draws them, is really expressive. I love when artists are able to kind of add semi-realistic to realistic traits on their anime characters, right? I try to do that too. I like, you know, a lot of artists that do that kind of thing. It's just a style preference that I love. So I wanted to like kind of see how he was drawing his lips, and you'll see to the side, I did a lot of lip studies to really just get into that bag a little bit and understand how to do that a little bit better. I even drew like, you know, some diagrams for like how to actually draw the lips, and it's actually something that I thoroughly enjoyed like learning a little bit more about, and I would love to make a video on that in the future. And then yeah, as I said, earlier with Mikey Mega Mega, the diagram or the way he plotted out the faces was kind of the method I was using to construct my own faces, right? And then the last step, which was the application step, is I would, after referencing maybe about 6 to 7 photos, I would then just spend a good 15-20 minutes sketching out faces purely from imagination to apply what I learned from the studying phase, and see if I can lock down what I learned, kind of like a small test for myself, if you will, right? So doing this combination of like warming up for about 5 to 10 minutes or so, drawing or studying for about a good 15, 20 to 30 minutes, and in the last 10, 15 minutes doing your own thing. And I would do sessions for about maybe 1 to 2 times a day, sometimes 3 if I was really, really into it. Like yesterday I did 3 sessions. That will give you a lot of EXP. I can definitely say I got a lot of EXP here. I think one of the big things that I learned, especially about like Rake's art, is like how he's a master at like angles that curve into soft shapes, if that makes sense, right? Like the angle of the eyebrows and how they curve over into the cheekbones, and how it's so smooth, and it's like it's a perfect mix of the angular edginess that you may find in a style like Tetsuya Nomura for Kingdom Hearts or Final Fantasy, but it also combines a lot of soft edges that you may see in works done by someone like Ilya Kushinov, right? So all of these techniques I've been kind of looking at. Obviously, I'm not into the coloring stuff yet because I'm really just trying to lock down my draftmanship this year, but that's coming soon. Trust me. But these are just some things that I kind of picked up, and with Mikey Mega Mega, I think like his approach to drawing heads really kind of helped me understand that heads are definitely 3-dimensional. You have to treat it like it's 3-dimensional, especially having a line kind of go to the side, and how the head kind of flattens out at the sides. That's something that it's not that I didn't know, but really taking that to the next level and like drawing out that line to kind of separate the fact that, hey, this is a different plane. You're not working with a full-on sphere here. It's at least cut off at the ends. That really just helped me, kind of understand what I was drawing a little bit better. So I think the combination of studying those 2 artists and then the application step, as I said before, really did help push the needle a little bit further on my understanding for heads, right? But that's kind of what I wanted to share today. Just, again, the 3-step process. Warming up first is very important to warm up, even if you don't think it's gonna contribute. You never know. Your hand, don't ever underestimate the looseness of your own hand. Studying, obviously that's going to be super obvious, right? But it's super helpful to just take a second to really try and understand, hop into the mind of the artist you're studying, and understand why they're doing the decisions they're doing, why they're why they're drawing in a certain kind of way too. And that can really help push the needle a little bit further on your understanding. And then obviously, you want to take all of what you learned, and you don't want to just replicate what you're seeing. You want to also try and apply it to your own things. So for me, right, it was drawing the faces in my style and trying to like kind of incorporate the features and techniques that I learned from the sessions into my own work. So that combination of that workflow, I guess you could say, really helped me understand heads in the long run. And I'm definitely going to be doing this approach going forward with a bunch more body parts to really just push the needle, man. I really just want to get better at all these individual body parts and how they connect up to the human body. And, I want to be really, really good by the end of the year. So I think I'm making good progress. Obviously got a lot more work to go, but this was definitely a W in my opinion. But yeah, that's kind of it in terms of my study session. Really quick, I do want to update you guys. The Bing Bon Prison Palace art competitions are still live and running. We have 3 of them up right now with prizes up to $200. You never know, man. You can enter. We have about 1 entry right now, and it's like, hey, he's going to take the $200. And by the way, it's a dope ass Bing Bon Prison Palace fan art by
my man. That's my boy, my friend,
James Whittick. Thank you, bro. You don't understand how much I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. Everyone go read his webtoon, No Name Star. It's literally amazing. I have 3 volumes in my room right now. It is amazing, guys. Please, I cannot stress it enough. Shameless plug of my friend aside. Yeah, the contests are live. Feel free to check those out. And yeah, again, if you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you guys think down below. I really appreciate you guys watching these videos, and I'm gonna be grinding super hard to bring you guys some more content, more quality content, hopefully. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and hop off now. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day, night, or whatever. And it's been your boy Chris. I'm gonna holla at you guys in the next one. Peace.